Hi everyone, today I'm doing my stock portfolio review for January 2020, and this is where we see how my portfolio did in the first month of the year. And the aim is to try and beat the S&P 500. That's always the target, and I've kind of done this series now for I think 2 years, and over the last 2 years I've been able to beat the S&P both times, which is fantastic. So hopefully this year we're going to have another beat on the S&P as well. So what we'll do now, guys, is I'll show you how my stock portfolio is done, how all my stocks have done. This is where you get to see all my stocks as well, and then we'll have a chat about it afterwards, about what I'm planning to do with some of my stocks or what I'm planning on buying anyway. So we can see that JD.com had a pretty strong month on 9.92%, Microsoft 4.99%, Johnson & Johnson 2.9%, Visa had a strong month on 8%, Facebook 6.55%, Walgreens, which was my worst performing stock, on negative 10.4%. And to be honest with you, I don't really have too many more plans to extend that position right now, even though it is on a little bit of a dip. Carnival Corporation, which was down 8.86%, a lot of that was to do with the coronavirus, and I have bought a few more shares in Carnival since then. Alibaba down negative 1.26%. Tesla had a fantastic month on 36.7%. Align Technology down 2.8%. Altria stock was up 0.56%. Uber was the second best performing stock in my portfolio on 24%. iRobot up 6.76%. Disney was down 3.76%, and a lot of that was to do with the coronavirus. And overall, that gave my stock portfolio a return of 5.27%, which was actually, that's any other month, I would say that's a pretty decent return overall. Now, compared to the S&P 500, the S&P 500 did a return of 1.71%. So we can see here at the moment, we are outperforming the S&P 500, and overall, I'm really happy with that month. It was a strong month, and hopefully, if we can carry on at that sort of rate, we'll easily beat the S&P 500. Obviously, I don't think it will always be like that, but it's a really good start to the year, because last year in January I was actually behind the S&P 500, so overall I'm really happy with my performance so far. So kind of the changes to the portfolio that I'm going to make, like I say, I've already bought some Carnival Corporation stock. There's probably going to be Pinterest added to that portfolio at some point. Selling wise, I have no plans to sell any stocks in that portfolio. So with the addition to Pinterest, maybe the addition to buy a few more Disney shares, those are the only changes that will probably be in the month of February, and then I'll review it again at the end of February month to see how we did. I think overall, I think it might be a negative month in February, judging just because of the amount of media coverage that will be on the coronavirus. I believe that probably pushed the portfolio down a little bit. So we'll see if the portfolio does fall behind the S&P in the month of February. But overall, like I say, I'm really happy with that start. There's not many months that we're already 4% ahead of the S&P 500. Obviously, credit to Uber and Tesla, because they've kind of carried the portfolio this last month. So we'll see how they do going forward. But overall, yeah, like I say, I'm really happy to be ahead of the S&P 500 already, guys. And like I say, I'll update you again in February to see how we're doing it in the stock portfolio, guys. As always, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed me sharing my portfolio with you. And if you would not mind giving in the video a like to help it out, that would be super. Subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you in the next video.